Hey, I wanted to drop in and do a late night talking tarot with all the other freaks that are up at this hour. It's just after 3 o'clock in the morning here in Detroit, and this tends to be the time when I really get my second wind and come alive. And it also tends to be when I feel the greatest pull to do readings and just sort of tap into the energy and the atmosphere. So I thought I'd drop in with all of you and we do a little something different tonight. I want to have some fun. I want to play a bit. I want to work with a spicier deck. So we're going to work with the Arcane Bullshit deck tonight. And we're going to ask the burning question that's on everybody's mind, which is, what the fuck is going on, man? This is just a general read. We're going to let come through whatever wants to come through. There's no rules. I won't be calling out signs unless I feel just particularly drawn to intuitively. We're just going to let this energy flow. We're going to have some fun with it. And we're going to see what the fuck is going on, man, right? Because times have been strange for quite a while now. And so we're just going to see what are the energies in play for the collective right now. What energies are coming in. And what the fuck is going on, man? What is going on, you know? What's coming in towards us? And what the fuck do we need to do about it, right? So this is for everybody. Don't matter your sign, don't matter your gender, don't matter what walk of life you come from. We're all in the same pool. Ooh, we got one turned over right there, so we'll see what this one has to say. Let's finish this round here. These are really new cards, so I gotta break them in. All right, the first thing we got here is we got the golden retriever, okay? Now, normally, golden retrievers, they're really loyal dogs, but I see in this case, this is a case of somebody bit the hand that fed them, There might be some of you out there that really have been disloyal to somebody that you actually misjudged, There's somebody who did deserve your loyalty, and you might have done this person dirty, I do see what looks like, to me in this moment, looks like some coins here and a key. So this might have something to do with money, Maybe you let a little greed get to you, and you kind of use somebody, to get what you wanted, and you didn't really care what kind of compromising position you put them in. I mean, this is kind of a shadow energy, but this is what's coming through for me, and you could either be that person, that you realize you misjudged somebody who had actually been there for you, was a support for you, was a good person in your life, and you kind of did them dirty, you bit that hand that fed you. And maybe, you said some things you shouldn't have said, your bark, in this case may have been worse than a bite, and you might be kind of questioning the way you move through that situation now. You could be dealing with somebody who treated you in this manner, and you feel a bit fucked over, in connection to some kind of financial dealing. This might have something to do with a house, might have something to do with a living situation, with that key being there. I also just got this come in. This is kind of random, but maybe somebody, asked if they could borrow your car, and with the price of gas being as high as it is right now, like they borrowed your car and they didn't even fucking top off the tank for you, they didn't give you any gas money and they ran your tank down and gave you back the car with nothing in it, so don't bite the hand that feeds you, collective. If you have people that are showing up for you at this time, and they're acting goodwill, and they're helping you out when you're down on your luck, like, don't take advantage of that, man, you know? And where it's possible, like, you know, extend your hand to others, you know? Lend a helping hand to others, all right? But do be appreciative and grateful for the, you know, things that people do for you to help make your life easier, because the reality is everybody out there is going through you know, a challenging time right now. We're all living in kind of uncharted territory, right? And it really does seem like we're kind of all going to hell in a handbasket, right? With just the wild card energy that's in play out there. But if we are, man, we're all in it together, you know? And that's the thing that we have to remember is, as much as we may feel stressed or confused or uncertain about just the state of the world and all the upheaval and all the changes and everything that's going on, you know, we have to remember that we're all experiencing that. So try to be kind, and if, you know, somebody does help you out, you know, appreciate it. Yeah, because I mean, you're so fucking fucked, man. You know? I mean, this is a situation, man, where somebody really did somebody dirty that they should have been loyal to. And I think that, you know, they're kind of like reviewing their past actions there, you know? They're taking account of their past actions, and they realize, like, oh shit, look what I did to myself. Here I am in the belly of the beast, you know? Sometimes it's really hard when you've misjudged somebody. You know, maybe you bought into some gossip that was going around about somebody. People like to talk sometimes, you know, and, you know, maybe you bought into the gossip. Maybe you let it sway you and you turned your back on somebody that you should have been loyal to. And in the process, you know, you really realize, like, wow, I really misjudged this person. I made a mistake. And you might be sitting with some guilt right now over that, you know, and kind of looking back at all your experiences you had with this person, and realizing that, you know, you might need to make some amends. You might even be considering sending this person a message. But I think you're realizing that, you know, this was somebody who was kind of there for you and always helped you out of a tight spot. And now that you screwed them over, you know, now that you bit the hand that fed you, you're kind of in a screwed situation. Who's going to help you now? You better get to saving yourself, you know, because, you know, I don't think you're going to find help where you found it once before, you know, and pick what side you're on. I mean, you know, you could be, you know, the person who's in this position, or you could have been the person that was falsely, you know, judged by somebody that meant a lot to you. And you're kind of just thinking back, you know, to the conversations you had. You're thinking back to that message they sent you, the things that they said, you know, and you're sort of reviewing that and just thinking, God, you know, how could you do me like that? How could you misunderstand who I am after all we've been through, you know? But sometimes these things happen, you know, and people show us a different side of themselves, and it sort of throws us for a loop. We see the saxophone fetus here. So, you know, what this is really saying to me is, you know, this might also have something to do with a baby you didn't know about. Maybe, you know, you're finding out that one of your friends, you know, was kind of using you to get close to your special someone. Maybe you're involved with a musician, you know, and you had a friend who was kind of hanging around a bit, you know, just interested in, you know, checking out the gig, man, you know, it's all good. But really they had their eyes on, you know, had their eyes on your person, maybe got a little too close to your person, and you know, really used you as an end, you know, which sucks. But with that financial piece in there, with this whole story that's kind of building, I do see that, you know, maybe they also thought that, you know, they had a meal ticket, you know, with this guy. But I mean, come on, like, he's a musician. You can't really look for stability, when you're dealing with a musician. Like, most people don't know how to be with musicians. Musicians are very, free spirits, you can't, it's not very easy to nail down a musician. And, I don't know. You gotta be aware, man. If you got like your friends kind of coming around like groupies, chances are there's some shit going on. So, you could be dealing with a situation like that, collective, where, you're involved with a musician, and you got a friend who kind of, took advantage of your connection to get close to, your person. And you feel pretty ripped off over that. So there's some interesting storylines coming out here. There's lots of different ways that this could work out. Also getting, of course, that, some of you out there may have, hooked up with, the dude in the band after the show, and, had yourself quite a time, and now you found out that you're knocked up, and what am I going to do about this baby? So you're playing a different tune now, so that's another storyline that's coming in there. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and it's interesting because, maybe this pregnancy isn't wanted either. We see space death here too. So that makes me feel like, man, this is like the end of my time, to myself. This is the end of me being able to do what I want to do, because now I hooked up with this, I hooked up with this hot musician just thinking I was going to have, fun with the dude in the band, and now I'm knocked up and I'm going to have a baby. Conversely, this could be this dude is kind of ghosting you as well, like maybe all of a sudden he's MIA, you let him know that you got a bun in the oven, and you can't find him. He's like, he's drifted off into the ether. He's disassociating from his reality that is, one night of fun turned into a huge, responsibility hanging over his head now. So, we got a lot of interesting stuff going on. I mean, this is some pretty fucked up shit. What's wrong with you people, man? You need to get it together. So many people need to get it together. I think people are just kind of like losing their shit, right? Everything's just been so stressful for so long that people are just like, fuck it. What does it matter? Do I need to really be concerned about how I'm moving forward? I mean, who cares? Like, it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. I just want to have a good time. But, there's always consequences for our actions, and how we move, has a ripple effect. So you never know, how things will unfold. And, sometimes the things that we do impetuously can really give us a lot to contend with down the road. Yeah, I'm just picking up that, there's something going on where somebody got knocked up, and, they weren't really wanting that. It's unwanted, and they're kind of torn about how to handle that situation, because they feel they got kind of left on their own. I do feel this like musician connection there with that. So, that's obviously not going to apply to everyone. These storylines aren't going to apply to everyone, but it's a collective read, and it's kind of like, those mystery bags that you could buy at the store, the little variety shops, and you didn't know what you were going to get inside. That's kind of like what this reading's like. You don't know what you're going to get out of this, or if it'll even make any sense. But we're here just to figure out what the fuck is going on. So, that one flew right out. Let's see what this has going for us. Ooh, a skeleton eating a banana in reverse. This is really interesting here, You know, maybe you were somebody who was kind of like you know, on the thinner side, and you've recently gained some weight, you know, you've recently put some weight on, and you're trying to figure out where is your diet going out of balance that's causing these issues. Yeah, you know, I think maybe you've been going out with little Pablo a little too much, that, you know, going out and getting your Cajun food on, you know, partying a bit, having some fun. Maybe you've been licking some toads, doing some psychedelics, you know, staying out late at night, having yourself some crab boils, you know, some eating the, you know, the all those delicious like you know, crawdaddy, shrimp fries, all that stuff, you know. You've just been having yourself a good old time, and you haven't really been thinking about how it's going to affect you. You sort of thought that you'd always be young, and not have to worry about, you know, ever putting on that middle-aged spread, and now you might be finding that your reality is not what you thought it would be. We got a bunch of cats posing as a woman here. Maybe you just don't feel quite like yourself anymore. You're like, who am I? You know, who am I? I look in the mirror and I don't even recognize myself anymore. I'm like a fucking animal. I've been going around eating everything like it's wet cat food, right? You know how a cat is, you know, when they when they want their food, you give them some wet food, man, they're going to be hounding you for that wet food all the time. Like you've just been mowing down, and you had no concept of, like, you know, any kind of repercussions for that. So, you know, that's what's out of balance. Too much partying, too much hanging out, you know, uh, having a good time, having fun, you know, and this might also be related to a hormonal imbalance with uterus with feet here, okay? So for those of you ladies that are dealing with this, where you're finding that you've put on some weight suddenly, and you're not quite sure what's going on, that may very well have to do with some hormonal imbalance going on. So you might want to check that out. See what's happening there. Some of you may be on the pill, and that's not really working for you anymore. You know, it might be time to explore some other options in terms of birth control. You know, tell that guy to fucking wrap it. You know, I'm seeing this bag. It looks like a bag of dicks to me. And it's, you know, it looks like a bag of dicks. You know, it's like, maybe you know, you need these guys to step up to the plate, and they can handle some of that, you know, protection, you know. And if you are, you know, hanging out with a bag of dicks, maybe you should be more aware of using proper protection. You know, you don't want to pick up any STDs. And when I'm saying STDs, I don't mean just sexually transmitted diseases, but sexually transmitted demons. It's fucking for real, man. You can bring some pretty fucked up energy your way, you know, by just bringing too many people into your space and getting this, you know, kind of energetic attachment to you that, ooh, yeah, what do we got going on here? Yeah, you thought you were gonna have a good old time, and you get fucked, man. I mean, look at that. It can really do a number on your body, you know? You know, we got the flying man, and hey, but hang in there, you know? Jumped right out of the pan and into the fucking fire, okay? You know? And be aware. Now his shit's burning, okay? Now his shit's burning, you know? Maybe this one's coming out for you know, the masculines, you know. Maybe you thought you were gonna have a good time with this chick, and you didn't realize, you know, she kind of has a lot of partners going on, and you know, you didn't just sleep with her. You slept with quite a few people. Maybe you know, maybe this is you. Saxophone dude, you know. and now your shit's burning. You know, you might need to go to the doctor and have that looked at. You know, and I think you got something going on there. So do be aware of like who you're sharing your body with, okay? And women, you know, yeah, be mindful, okay? Be mindful. And also this is coming through too for this uterus with feet. You know, maybe it's time to take a stand against all this kind of fuckboy energy. You know, don't let these guys fucking use you. Don't let these guys use you. You know, maybe it's time you valued yourself a little bit more. Don't be used as a pawn. Don't be used as some fucking side piece, you know, that's there to make the main jealous, okay? You know, don't be used like that. Like your body, you know, your body is on the line. And when I say that, it's not just about, you know, your physical health, but it's just also about just really valuing yourself. You know, be mindful of who you share your energy with. Don't share it with people that don't deserve entry into your sacred space. You know, your womb is your power center, women. You know, don't just let any fool into that sacred space. You know, make sure they're worthy of you know, connecting with you on that level. And don't get it caught up in these dynamics where, you know, you have people using you like a pawn, using you to make somebody else jealous. You know, got two cards that flew out right here. We got the weird tree, and we have sex witch with octopus in reverse. And what was I talking about, man? I'm talking about those sexually transmitted demons, man. It's not a joke. It's like real shit, man. When you sleep with somebody and they're sleeping with a lot of people, and those people are fucked up, and those people are full of drama, and those people have all kinds of wounds, and they haven't healed their shit, and they don't know how to act right. You sleep with that person's using you as a pawn to make somebody else jealous, okay? Then you inherit all that fucked up energy from everybody they're fucking with, and the next thing you know, you're fucking gang stalked. You have people coming at you left and right, bringing a bunch of fucking bullshit to your doorstep, shitting on your fucking lawn. And it has everything to do with you not being mindful of who should even be able to step to you like that. Have more respect for yourself, man. Because sex witch with octopus in reverse, look, he's holding a blade here, okay? This really reminds me of parasitic energy. And when I see this single eye here, it always makes me think of that eye of protection, you know, that's against Malocchio. Malocchio is like evil eye. Evil eye is all about jealousy, envy, you know? And this could go either way. You know, this figure to me looks very androgynous. So for some of you, you're dealing with somebody masculine. For others of you, you're dealing with feminine that's like this, okay? But either way, you know, there's this necessity to do some cord cutting. Like, you need to get this energy out of your space. It's parasitic, and it's affecting you negatively in more ways than you know. 23 on the clock when I said that. That's 5-5. 5-5 is change, and it's rapid change, and it's unexpected change, but it's necessary change, okay? It's like, you need to cut this off. I wouldn't hesitate on this. You know, because this situation is going to heat up. It's going to get hotter if you don't address it. Very, very important. And we see here, you know, the weird tree. And this is really, and it was 23:55 on the clock when I said that. Again, 5-5-5. This message is really coming through. So it's a time of like rapid change, and you're going to see a lot about people in your life, people who have been disloyal to you, people who have used you, people who have taken advantage of your kindness, people who have taken advantage of your generosity, people that you let into your space, into your sacred space that maybe you shouldn't have, people that you connected with sexually, intimately, who have been using you to their own ends, to their own means. And how that can compromise you, you know, And then over here, we got just like this little random side piece about like maybe your diet's been out of balance and you put on some weight and you aren't feeling your best. And that could be why you're more susceptible to letting people use you in that way if your confidence isn't high, okay? But this is about you really remembering, the truth of who you are. This weird tree, we got that serpent and it's wrapped around the tree. It's like the tree of knowledge, and this is like remembering your roots. And I'm really picking up like even though it's very much like antlers, it looks like, right, with this, it almost looks like stag energy the way this tree is rising here. I'm really getting goat here, okay? I'm really getting this like goat energy, and I feel that that's really about forget about what's right for everybody else, what works for everybody else. It's kind of like okay at this point with all the fuckery you've been dealing with for you to really put yourself first, like what works for you and what doesn't. And what doesn't work and where you're being treated unfairly, like cut that shit off. Just cut it off. You might need to get some parasitic energy out of your space. Yeah, and we got like, this looks like you need to transform some energy, Brenda. This is Aunt Brenda right here. Looks like she's ready to throw a man away there, okay? She's ringing that bell. And it's not like you can ring my bell. It's like, no, bell, school's in session. Let me tell you what's up, recess is over. No more playtime. You're not going to be, sucking on my teat, draining me dry anymore. I'm taking a stand for myself and I'm doing what I need to do because I've had enough of my heart being used and I'm out for vengeance. And look, there's that knife again. Cut off that energy. Just whip these nunchucks around, knock some sense into these fools, and just skate on through, man. Show them how easy it is for you to just cut it out and move on with your life, you don't even need to stop. You just drive by. We're done with this shit. Yeah. Oh, this message is so strong. The decision maker. Get out of your fucking head. Get out of your confusion. Stop acting like you don't know what's going on and the way you're being manipulated, the way people are trying to screw with your head, the way they're trying to make you forget, that you have that crown on your head, You got your mind so tangled up with everything that's going on around you. You've forgotten who you are. You need to cut that cord. You need to cut that cord. All right? There is definitely some energy that needs to be cut off. And I'm really getting that it's in your circle. It's in your circle. It's somebody that you trusted. It's somebody that you've been loyal to. They misjudged you. They bought into gossip. I do feel like for a lot of people, there's, this has like messy, this is people who don't know how to act right, They don't know how to act right. These are people who they really want to be single, but they pretend like they're in relationships and then they pull people in against their will into their fucking dysfunction and bullshit. And it's all because they can't just be honest and say what they want and what that looks like for them, Yeah. And what are you left with? A filthy fucking mattress, right? A filthy fucking mattress and a bunch of rats. A bunch of rats who all want their piece of it, right? Look at this. Rats and seagulls. Like just beggars. This is like low vibe energy, man. And it's dirty. It's dirty. It's dirty because it's dishonest. That's what makes it dirty. It's dishonest. There's no honesty there. Nothing is up front. That's what makes it wrong. And that's what makes it a violation. It's 29:11 on the clock. When I said that, that's 11:11, baby. So this is kind of what you're dealing with. And I think that you're going to, tap into your intuition, and and look places you wouldn't necessarily look to get the information, to get that knowledge, you know, that you're looking for about what's going on. You may think that you're off the mark, you know, because you're picking up a lot of this through your intuition about who's not doing right by you. But the reality is, you know what's up and you know what you need to do. So don't hesitate if you feel like you need to cut something off. Yeah, because this card is definitely about sex. All right, look at that noose energy there. All right, this is another, you know, message about time to dead the shit, okay? Because really, you may have thought it was something, but it was just meaningless garbage. It's time to take out that trash, man. Take out the trash, and then you get surfing to new horizons, all right? You just hang 10. You just keep surfing that energy. Look at that transformation. I like this chimp energy. It's like, have some fun, man. Have some fun. Go monkey around. Have a good time, you know? Hang loose. Enjoy yourself. Transform your life and get these losers out of here. You don't need this shit anymore.